Live, but that's fine.
Well, no, we're live. All right, you want to put me on the air with everybody?
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
You count me down. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, everybody, this is Mama Denise, and you're hanging out with Miss Denise, also known as Mama Denise. Sometime in the house, Dee Dee Walker Live, and sometime Mr. Joe B from Time's Up. How y'all doing, everybody? How you doing, Joe? If you're there. No, I guess you're not there. Oh, there you are. How you doing, Dee Dee Walker?
I'm doing good. You might have to mute my mic.
I don't even know how. Well, on off time, I'll move the mic.
Okay.
Tonight's show is going to be really good because I want to do what is called a part one and a part two. I'm going to take 30 minutes for one, 30 minutes for the other, and we're going to talk about lockdown.
Lockdown.
Okay,
Okay.
when we
Well,
do lockdown, can you hear me, Joe? Hmm. Anyway, I hear it on you.
yeah.
What is this on?
Mm-mm.
All right, guys, we're trying to get a new system going on where we can be on YouTube, be on the show at the same time. It's seeming that we're going to have a little problem during the course of the night, but it's going to be all right. It's called Lockdown. I want to give you a little synopsis of what I'm talking about, and I gave this up to Facebook and asked Facebook if they were willing to do something like that, would they want to do it? And I got some interesting response. And I didn't even think about that, the ones that I did get the response on. Very good. The interesting response I got was uh, they wouldn't want to lock down, basically, but I'll tell you the reason why. Right now, I believe that if you do, you believe it can be possible to get rid of this virus. That's number one. And how can we, as a nation, get rid of it? I mean, we got to become a whole at one time, you know? And maybe if we shut down as one country, the nation,
Mm-hmm.
at the same time,
Right.
but we can't shut down without no money now. We got to have some money because it's 2 weeks. That means that, I mean, part-time people that don't have PTO, y'all ain't got no money. We have people that are turning around and they have businesses that they got to keep going, but yet not going. They can't do that. But you can shut down in your home. You don't have to go physically take this stuff, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
to other locations. Um, can we shut down as a nation with some money? And that's what we're going to talk about when we come back. Thank you guys. We're on 106tbcradio.com and you are listening to Hanging Out with Miss Denise. Thank you guys. Hold on. Okay, like YouTube, we are usually on Facebook, and what we usually do is we turn around and we have behind the scenes. And so, Mr. Joe B, how come your screen is so dark?
You got to shine some light in
Put some light on there.
in front of your face. You got to put it in front of you, not in
Not
back of
behind you. You trying to be silhouette.
No, I'm not. I'll be right back.
He's like, I'll be right back.
You'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. He said he'd be right back, y'all. Anyway, what we do, we've been doing this for a couple of years now,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have, it's called 106tbcradio.com, and we have commentaries on Wednesday nights,
Mm-hmm.
actually all week long, but the main ones are on Wednesday and Friday nights, right?
Yep, Wednesday and Friday night.
right? Wednesday and Friday nights. And so what we do, we also are affiliated with Hood.
Who Cash Radio.
Yes, and what's the other one?
And the other one is Wave 879.
There you go. And we've been doing this for a while, and we have like a little running bunch of people talking to us all the time. So what we're trying to do right now is we're trying to get you guys motivated, get you in the you got to start talking to each other without going to each other's home. Now, I want to have Thanksgiving. You know, I really do. Put it on that stand. I really do. And I'm not even trying to not have Thanksgiving. What I've decided to do though, now check this out. I got this little thing I purchased. No, I don't want to mess up my little necklace. Here you go. If I'm not eating,
Everybody's gonna.
Everybody, and really want to be real conspicuous. Put my little hoodie on with it. You know, because I'm one of the elders in the house, and I do not need to be losing my life right now. I want to see my grandchildren grow. I want to go to their wedding. I want to be a part of their lives, just like they want me to be a part of theirs. When we come back, I'm hoping to have Joby back on with us. I don't know. What you think? He said he'd be back.
He said he'd be back. He said he'll be back.
Okay. Okay, let's go back on for a minute.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Hi guys, again, 106 CBC Radio, and you're hanging out with Miss Denise, also known as Mama Denise. What do you think, Dee Dee Harper? Do you think that we could do that? Where do you believe it's possible that we can get rid of the virus if we all come together as one group?
I hope. One of the things that I noticed that a lot of the medical officials were saying is that they're striving that we need to stay away from each other and be very cautious and make sure you take the proper precautions. So I guess if we come together as a group and, like you said, stay home for like a week or two or whatever,
with some money,
because we're gonna be stir crazy up in the house and being
poor
with an empty refrigerator for 2 weeks with a bunch of people that at least you get some reprieve from leaving from each other a couple of minutes, and then all of a sudden you're in there with no money. You gotta have some money. I think maybe it's a start at something. We need to do something. Right. So yeah.
Well, I didn't put this question out there too soon, but what I did get out of it was that one of the family members that I have happens to have an international business. And with his international business, he's got to be able to buy and sell and whatever have you. But I'm thinking, why can't you buy and sell from your home for 2 weeks? Plus, he said he never got the first stimulus check. So, I'm sorry. That sounds like me, and I understand. You didn't get that first stimulus check. What makes me think you're going to get that second? So he cannot, you know what I'm saying, afford to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of things that we got to think about. A lot of things that's going on that we have to, that's cool. Hey, now I hear Mr. Joe B, but I don't see him yet.
He's got to talk up a little louder.
He could talk up, the boy ain't even on there. Anyway.
I ran across the street to the store. I was trying to say this while we were off the air, but I somehow blew that. I just had to run to the store right quick across the street, and I'll be back live in under 10 minutes. How's that?
It's Mama Denise. Okay, well, this is what I asked him, if you didn't hear it. This was where I said, do you think that you could stay home for 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, with your being able to Everybody go lock down. Just lock everybody down. When nobody goes out, nobody does anything. What do you think? Joby, you there?
I think he's gone. I think we lost him.
Again. Okay, well, we're gonna right now, maybe we can do this, guys, but if we can, we gotta think of the people who have businesses who are not able to do things like this. Just like, you know, everybody else, just like everybody else. Maybe they're not able to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I understand. I didn't realize how traumatic this could be for everyone until a member of our family said, "No, I'm not doing it. I didn't get the first check." He said, "I ain't doing it. I didn't get the first check. And I don't want to be bothered because y'all don't want to give me no money anyway." Well, baby boy, maybe you make it a little too much. Maybe, but that's okay. I still love you. I still love you. So, what do you think, D?
I'm gonna have to say, just like I said before. I mean, I'm willing to do anything to get back to normal. You know, I'm willing to do anything
that seems like it's normal
that'll get us back to normal, because it's kind of sad in the sense that life has just stopped dead abruptly. And you know, if everybody would everybody say, okay, we're in agreement, we're all going to stay home, we're going to make sure that, you know, if we got any symptoms, we're going to stay home, we're going to try to make this work out, we're going to try to do this, it'll be nice. But you know, it's kind of hard because some people think that this whole thing is a conspiracy in the first place.
I got a lot of people that have been coming into where I actually work part-time. And they said this thing is no joke. There's no joke that they almost lost their lives. And they're so thankful to be living and being here.
Yeah, but some of them are like, this is a conspiracy.
Well, that was the person that thought it was
a conspiracy. Yes. And now they're back. Yes. They're coming back saying this ain't no joke.
Now, I haven't had it. I haven't had a part of it. And I'm thinking about, okay, suppose I survive long enough to get this shot. I want to be 5,590 shot. Because I want to make sure everybody.
You want to be
5,590
person.
That's right. That's right. That's where I'm going.
You want to see if there's some kind of zombie effect.
Yeah. Dead man walking. I'm not going there. You know, all of these little movies that we've been dealing with, and they keep coming up with a little spaceship and the cars that go with it. What about if this is something somebody dreamt of the future? And they decided to put it in the movies. And I'm going to be 5,590, maybe 99.
99.
Yes.
5,599.
But the reason why I came up with this thing is because they're shutting down Washington. They're shutting down Canada. They're shutting down Florida. They're shutting down over in this other corner, and they're shutting down North Carolina. Well, when they're not shutting them all down at the same time. So people have a tendency to get in their car and go places. You understand? But if we all become where we limited to our, I'm not just saying just downright just stay in the house, just limited to your area. And you do wear your mask when you go out, because you still have to buy food. You still have to get dressed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You still have to get some air out there, or else you're going to. I heard that a little boy killed himself.
Oh, no.
Yes, because he couldn't take it. He was so depressed.
Oh, my God.
And this man is going viral, that he's got more than, he decided after the baby had passed that he wanted to go online and tell everybody.
So he had a child that passed away, couldn't take it anymore, and he had a
child that killed himself.
Oh, so the father came
online
to talk about
and talked about it.
Okay.
And I heard it on the I want to see ABC
Mhm.
or CNN, where
Mhm.
they talked about that, and that it's live, and it's like, oh my God, my heart goes out
Oh my
to this
gosh.
man. And if children cannot handle, well, that couldn't happen in my house because our kids get yelled at a lot. You know, our kids get.
You know what? I'm gonna have to say that it does it's taken no tone, no color,
It
no
doesn't care about color.
it's not it doesn't even take money is not even it is not object anymore. It is affecting the entire world as
That's
we
right.
speak.
That's right.
People are literally dying within hours of each other around the world as we speak from this whole pandemic.
And
It's
it's heard
ridiculous.
thought of the Trump people. You know, that's maybe what he thinks is the best thing for the world at this time. You never know. You never know because this man, I think the best ideas comes from this crazy man, believe it or not. I
uh
mean, he turned around and said
so
your vote wasn't going to be any good. But we've had the best voting structure we've ever had in the legacy of voting
yeah.
in the United States of America because he put the idea in our head that something could happen this way. And because he put that idea in our head, everybody got together and said, oh, no, we're not going to have that. Whether you were against Trump or with Trump, we said we weren't going to have that.
Mhm.
And so the one thing this man can give himself and boast about is that he made sure that the voting system was legal. Now he
Mhm.
may try to mess it up now, but he made sure the
Well,
voting system was legal.
mm, yeah, I believe it's a young lady down in Atlanta that made sure she fixed that situation because of what happened to her.
Uh-huh.
And so, because a lot of people were giving her praise about it, about how, all of that was going down. But I kind of agree with you when we say um, that we need to come together and figure something out. Because that post that you put up, I shared it, and I had some people
Oh, you
that,
did?
and yeah, I shared it,
Okay.
and and a couple of people inboxed me, and a couple of folks was like, what's the point? People are not going to listen anyway. But I think that if
If you
we
have the majority, do it.
if we got the majority doing it, like, for instance, before, I remember when it first came out and they were telling people to wear masks, and some people
No,
were
first they were telling them not to wear masks. And the reason why is because they needed as many masks as they could inside with the people who were,
that's in the very
that's right.
beginning. But what I'm saying is that in the very beginning, people were fight not the very very beginning, but with it
After,
in the beginning
within a month and a half,
stages,
2 months.
they were fighting with each other because they didn't want to wear masks. And some people say they were taken away from their political rights. Other people were saying that, whatever reasons it was. But what I'm trying to say is that, eventually, all of a sudden, you see a lot more people wearing masks now, because people, I think the majority of the people are like, we want things to get back to normal, so I guess we need to go ahead and put them. That's like you telling your kid, put your scarf on, so you're not going to get sick. And they're like, oh my God, I want to go out. So, oh, let me put this scarf on. And that's how people feel now. They want to get better. So maybe eventually they'll say, okay, everybody stay
I
home,
think it
close
was
things
just an
down.
excuse that everybody used, and somebody just worked on that nerve
What excuse?
that they shouldn't wear a mask. I mean, at that location that I told you I worked part time,
Mm-hmm.
this person came in and had a mask on, literally had an ape mask on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I took a picture with him. I'm like, can you believe this? He had him in. Well, all of this was still open and you could still smell his breath. So, what was the point?
So you can still smell his
What was
breath.
the point?
Yeah. I think that's pretty much Donald Trump and
That was
his.
he was being facetious,
Yeah,
and
he
he was
was.
the
Yeah.
nicest dude. He
Who, the
was
guy?
really
The
nice
guy with the gorilla mask?
with the
Oh.
gorilla mask. He was
Mm-hmm.
really nice,
Mm-hmm.
but that was his attitude.
Mm.
And then I had another guy come in and say, "I guarantee you, after the elections, there'll be no more of this mess about this stuff." Well, guess what, guy?
Yeah, I think a lot of people just are not taking it serious. They don't understand the traumatic effect of it. But you know who is taking it serious? The people at the hospital.
Oh hell yeah!
They taking
The
it
EMS
serious.
workers, the nurses, the doctors,
The
the
orderlies.
orderlies.
They
Russia,
taking
where
it
they don't
serious.
want, they want you to see this football field where they got all of this 3,500 different um you know 100 beds out there. But
Hmm.
see, then somebody took one of the nurses took an audio and
Mhm.
showed that it was not just that.
Hmm.
They took that audio and showed
Mhm.
all of the dead bodies that were lined up.
Hmm.
You understand? Because Russia don't want you to know
Russia?
it's like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's back. You're on my audio,
Okay. Let's keep
and
it that way.
so Russia doesn't want you to know it's like that.
Hmm.
So I'm telling you guys that if we make
Oh, there.
a
There you
mental
go.
thing, well, we're telling everybody like, look, we're going to get together. We're going to do 1 or 2 weeks where we don't go out there unless it's absolutely necessary. Like they got Grubhub now. You can get from Kroger's or whatever that is. You can go to Food Lion. You can go to any place. You can get your food delivered. Now these are essential people, and they all they do is take that food and they put it outside your door. You know they don't knock, so you got to be real careful about that. They don't freaking knock. Because my pizza got cold one day and I was pissed. And they kept on saying, but did you get a delivery on time? Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. But you didn't tell me. Yeah. And they ignored me. Like, I'm not buying food from you no more. Anyway, so what do you think, Mr. Joby? You're back. I see you're back with light.
Can you actually hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
For real? Oh,
Yeah.
I've been to reintroduce myself for a minute, feeling like a technological out of the question here. I feel like I heard a lot of stuff that you were saying, and I was trying to weigh in on, but then I got a phone call and all of that kind of stuff. So where do I jump in at?
Right at the beginning, do you believe or do you think it's possible that the nation of the United States of America can do a 1 or 2 weeks shutdown and with the stimulus check, mind you, and we just shut it down, and that way nobody goes out. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Hmm.
I'm not saying don't go to the drugstore if you got to do that. You get in your car, you go to the drugstore. I'm not saying that there's not essential things that you have to go out and get. Don't do that. I'm saying you can do that. What I'm saying to the public is let's all participate together with our masks. Let's all get together where, because there's too many people going to Massachusetts, coming down to North Carolina, and all that other stuff, and they're traveling. And she's putting on her mask. You see that? I got my mask right here.
That's
She
just
ain't staying.
that's a classic example of how divided the country is, and then we don't know how to react, so we ain't taking no chances. So we do what you just did. We put our mask on. So
I got
uh,
mine.
um, I wanted to comment. I wanted to speak on that earlier tonight, but you're saying a lot of things. And number one, I think the biggest problem that we're dealing with in the country right now is the country is literally split right down the middle.
It
That's the
is.
one problem, I think.
Yes.
The second problem is um, we're not our leadership. Our leadership is not being honest with us about how to deal with this problem. And I hesitate. I don't want to blame them too hard because I don't think they can. I think the split is that deep. So I don't think I don't see how this nation is going to be able to open up because of that split and the kind of commitment that it calls for to rebuild this economy. Keep in mind that's what we're talking about. You're not just talking about opening up the economy. You're talking about rebuilding the economy. This economy is dead. That's part of the honesty that we're not hearing. Okay, it's about rebuilding. So there's a whole lot of issues at play here, and we're just not dealing with it as a nation because we're split down the middle. So for me, it's what I'm trying to push
But
on
even the
time.
split, but
It's
Joe,
about the
even the
family.
split, the people that are doing the split, I've seen them in masks. They're starting to wear masks.
Well, Dee, check this out. Um, it's not just the wearing of the mask. It's about how do we survive as a nation. And keep in mind that as a nation, as with any nation, that means we're a collection of families. Okay, so it really comes down to how do we survive as a family. I was trying to handle some business earlier, but I was listening to you when you were talking about being able to come together for the Thanksgiving season. Okay, now I'm, I'm not making this comment from the perspective of honoring the Thanksgiving holidays. That's not where I'm coming from. But the whole idea of us coming together as a family, coming close as a family, I think that's where the focus needs to be. Because I think the country as a whole, uh, this country's in real serious is in real serious predicament, and we're just not facing with it honestly from a leadership point of view. So we got to focus on our families. That's where I'm coming from. That's what I'm coming
Okay, understandable,
from. And I think that's
understandable.
that we need to share with our extended family and our friends. Okay, um,
But you
we're at
know,
that point. We're at that point in our reality, and we I think the sooner we face it as a collective, the better off we'll be. But whether we are or we aren't, we damn sure have to face it as a family.
okay, and that was my part one of my show. And maybe we can do this. And I was hoping if we did, because like I said before, there was another gentleman that's part of my family on my other side and said that they can't afford to do that. They can't afford to stay home because they have an international business. Seems to me you've been doing that international business from your home first. But and that you could set up things that you, if you had to have meetings, you could do that 2 or 3 weeks down the road. Um, But it is what it is. If you can't afford to stay home because of your business and your stuff, then you're going to have to go out there. And if you go out there, be considerate. Wear a mask. Do what you have to do, you know, in order to keep everybody living. Because I want to see this gentleman next year and give him a kiss, tell him I love him, and tell him I'm so glad that he's here and that he wore his mask for me. You know,
So is that
so
what I'm going to have to do to get a kiss? I got to wear a mask.
I'll be damned. You always got to go there, man. We on YouTube. Stop it.
Hey, I'm an everlasting
Listen. Anyway,
student.
we're getting ready to go off that part. We're gonna go into the next segment. Come on.
I ain't changing nothing. No,
We're going to the next segment.
okay.
Yes, we are.
So we want to play some
When
music
we
right
come
now.
back, we're going to be talking about is he going to leave?
Hell no.
We won't go. Anyway,
right now we're getting ready to play the ending of Orlando Octave song called Single right here on 106tbcradio.com.
okay, thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, we are behind the scenes. I want to hear nothing out of you, Joe B. Nothing.
Nope.
Nothing.
Tell you
Nothing,
what,
nothing, nothing, nothing.
I'll make
So
me
your
another
show
good cup
tonight,
of
how was
tea.
your show? Tell the people that we're talking to here on YouTube what your show is about in 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Wow, that's a long time.
Okay, maybe a minute.
Dr. Boyce, Dr. Boyce Watkins. I was checking out his seminar the other day, and he was really making. In fact, he had set up a whole kind of a contest. He was telling us that as marketers, we are supposed to be able to tell our audience what our whole program, our whole business is all about in 90 seconds or less. That's 1.5 minutes. I was
Oh.
like, really? Okay. So I've been really thinking about that for Time's Up because Donna's always asked me about, tell the audience as you're doing right now. Uh, and I want to get that down to 90 seconds or less. So that's what I'm working on. I haven't figured it out, put it
You still
together
ain't
yet.
told
I'm
nobody
working.
what your show's about yet. You done took
I,
over
I,
a minute and a half.
For the audience don't know,
it's about me
these
trying
are
to get it
actually
all
my
concise
parents.
and let people
Camera
understand
movement.
what is meant by Time's Up. It involves a lot. It involves your church, your politics, and your knowledge of history. Those three ingredients comes together to make up your understanding of what is going on right now. And you don't have no time to play around. You got to figure it out right now. Why? Because time's up.
All right.
Time's up, and you can find that every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 106tbcradio.com, and then again on Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 106tbcradio.com. And
And
See,
to Dee Walker, what's
Miss
your
D,
show
I
about?
got to
Because
thank you for that. I appreciate you for having my back because Dr. Watkins
what?
would have flocked me or flunked me because
Man,
I did not mention what you
in
just
my
said.
show. In my show.
okay, people are
So
watching me.
I'll be
People are
Okay,
working
watching.
on
listen. Miss Dee Walker, tell them about your show.
Okay. Okay, so my show is called the Dee Dee Walker Live Show, and
live.
it's about matters of the heart. And basically, I talk about subjects that kind of matter to all of us. We talk about things like, how would you feel if your husband was sleeping with another woman? How would you deal with stuff like that? We deal about hot topics. We also talk about social issues that are going on in the entertainment world as well. But we mostly deal about matters of the heart. And that comes on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 106tbcradio.com. The show is also syndicated on Hoodcast Radio, which comes on Tuesdays, 8 o'clock in the morning, 12:30 in the afternoon, and then 7:30 in the evening. So, and my co-host on Wednesdays happens to be Mama Denise and Joe B.
Yeah. Y'all gotta understand something. We do like each other.
They love each
We
other.
That is
like each other.
Wild Wednesday.
Wednesday lineup is awesome. It's awesome.
So, and tell us about the whole lineup for the whole day.
So the lineup is actually getting earlier and earlier. So
Really?
yeah, it is. So on Wednesdays, the lineups start at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Amy Alonso's show. And then after that, it's called Everything's Amy. And she basically, she's a motivational speaker, and she talks about encouragement and empowerment and self-worth and things like that. And then after that is uh, Blessed Hands for You, which is a more of it's kind of gospel, but then again, it also focuses on different authors talking about different issues. Like, for instance, she had a couple authors that are talking about domestic violence. She had another author that came on and talked about sexual abuse. And these authors write about it and they come on her show and they talk about it. And then after that, of course, Time's Up comes on with Joe B at 6 p.m. And then 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is hanging out with Miss Denise.
But you're on the show right now with
You're on the
us.
show, and I'm sure she's going to tell you more about her show.
No.
So I'll tell you about her show. Her
You
show
are
talks
living her
about,
show right now.
we're on her show right
I,
now. Her show talks about political issues that
On a softer tone.
in a softer tone, and
Yeah.
current events that are important to our society as we're dealing about it today. And she also does it with a twist, Mama Denise style. So if y'all don't know her, y'all know her now. So
Yeah.
Mama Denise style.
I do open my mouth. I shouldn't, but I do. I do.
She does. She
Yeah,
does.
I do.
She does. And then,
lightly.
of course, it's my show at 8 p.m. And then at 9 p.m. is the Chris Thomas show. And a lot of you guys
It's the best of.
Is the best of the Chris Thomas show, and he's a comedian. And some of you guys might know him from back in the 80s and 90s. He did stand-up comedian. He was one of the pioneers of Rap City and what else? And he's also been in a couple of movies. He does over
Did he do Def Jam?
He did Def Jam as well.
Make him so relevant right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's still relevant. He's still relevant right now. So he's awesome. And he's been in a lot of movies. He's done over 2,000 impressions. He's very known. He's really very known for President Obama. He does his voice really good. And so after that, and then it ends up again with the Amy Alonso show. So she begins it and she ends it. And that's how our Wednesday lineup is going on Wednesdays on 106tbcradio.com. And I do have to add this.
I have a part two.
Oh,
go
yes,
ahead,
you got a part two. Okay.
No, go add it. Add it.
For all of those people are out there that got their music, we're also the home of the independent artists.
That's right.
So we do play your music during our show. So by the way, on 106, while we're sitting here going through this with YouTube, they're listening to music on 106
and this conversation.
Right. And 106 is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week radio station. So I'm sure she wants to do her part too. So
we're going back on now.
I'm done.
She done.
I'm done. Let me know. You want me to count you in?
Yeah.
You mean we was offline with all of that good conversation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just realized we were not
5,
on.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, everybody. This is 106tbcradio.com, and you're hanging out with Miss Denise, also known as Mama Denise, Dee Dee Walker Live, and Time's Up Joe B. Okay, on my second part, is he going to leave? Trump has said it. Now, y'all got to listen to this. And I thought about it because I listen to this man all the time. And he said it is possible that he may stay another 4 years, another 8 years, or even 16. Now,
is he being facetious?
No, he's talking about the man talking cool. Y'all not listening to him.
I don't know, y'all.
And then y'all telling me y'all got the nerve to let me hear y'all say in Florida that the Hispanic people, they watched the Cuban leader come up and they didn't want Biden because of it. What kind of mess is that? Think about what your president is saying. All right? Mm-hmm. So then he said, I want to know if I'm the only one that's hearing this. Y'all got to let me know if I'm the only one that's hearing this mess. I don't think so. Do you think the Trump organization listens to what the man is even implying?
I think some of them...
They understand. They know.
It's not that they understand. I think some of them are like, they're trying to save their jobs too.
You're talking about that organization. I'm talking about the 70 million people. 72 million.
72 million.
72 million because we had 75.
You mean there's 72 million?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we only had 75. Now you got to listen to this.
Maybe 75.
Most of the 75s were a lot of them were Republicans. So that makes a difference. I just want to know if they're listening to this man and what he's implying.
I think some of them feel like it's all a game and it's a game and war. You know what I'm saying? It's like what he has to do to get what he wants. And some of them are probably, and I'm only assuming, I think some of them are
probably. But that's scary.
I think some of them are kind of hoping maybe it's true. But I think the majority of people, if you know how the government works and you know the policies and what was put place, you're pretty much saying, man, you're just grabbing rabbits out your hat right now. But okay.
This man is really there. Because he got that 72 million and he thinking about it. He thinking about it strong. Because if you guys remember, do you remember when he first went to those foreign countries and they gave him a parade? And he came back, said he wanted this to happen in the United States. And for him, he wanted the tanks and to go down the streets and the streets were talking about, oh, hell no, you're going to mess up our streets. We're not doing that with no tanks. Well, he got them tanks, you know that, right? When that baby boy passed away. and we had the riots.
Mm.
He got those tanks.
Yeah,
Yeah, but not in the way that he wanted it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know the Lord to a T. I wish we had a specialist on here that
could help us on
to
this.
kind of talk to us about it. But from what the conversations that I'm hearing, people that are in the political field and stuff like that, they're saying that he's going to have to do. It's I don't know. It's not as easy as he's making it seem for him to take over coup. But then it's like in the back of your mind.
But did you really think that? Now let's just say, let's imagine something that may not be that wide craziness,
I mean,
but maybe just a little bit. He ain't got but 65 days left, and that man can destroy a country in 4 minutes on a Twitter.
Well, let's just pray about it.
Okay, but no, you're not gonna cut me off. We're almost over anyway, but you ain't gonna cut me off.
I'm not cutting you off. I'm just saying, let's pray.
Joe, I don't want to give you the last 5 minutes because I know you're gonna kill it.
I'm just saying.
Yes or no? Do you see what I see?
Do you see what I see?
I can't hear you. You don't cut your voice off.
I think you cut him off.
I didn't touch him. There it is. Don't blame me.
No, I think I was off. No, I definitely see what you say. And Donna, as far as praying is concerned, I would personally change that into preparing. Let's do some preparing.
Preparing.
Like praying. Do some preparing.
So in other words, Dad said, don't just pray, get yourself ready.
This man said he's not going. He was being gestured. He was saying exactly what I said. I made another 4 years or another 8. We're gonna be like another 16. We're gonna need you. Who knows? This is what this man says, and nobody's listening to him. And he's sent out. He got 18 cases that he sent out there for this particular voting. He's lost 16 of them. You get me? So he's still got 2 more to go. God knows he might make it. My heart is in my mouth. He got 2 left, and I'm scared as hell. And like the man does so much good, but he does so much bad 3 times because, like I told you, the man plays chess. While he's letting you see what he's doing out there in the front, he's got stuff going on in the back. You understand? So don't think this is over. He got 63 days left, y'all. Think about that.
Not only that, he's playing for his team. That's the thing everybody keeps forgetting. He's playing for his team. The rules be damned. He's playing for his fans. He's not playing for America. He's not even pretending to be playing for America.
And I'm saying myself, what hurts my heart is the people that's standing behind him, and he may not even.
And a lot of people that standing behind him, they're on his team by faith, not by benefits. They believe the hype. They swallowed the propaganda. People like Giuliano, for an example. Do you know that Giuliano is keeping up the lie? His personal advantage is he's billing the campaign $20,000 per day. Wouldn't you? He ain't gonna get it from Trump. Wouldn't you keep up? He ain't gonna get no money from Trump. Trump don't pay them other people. What makes him think he's gonna pay him? The money's coming out of the campaign. And the people who are financing the campaign are the little guys who think that their little contributions is going towards help. No.
It's going to pay off his bills. It's paying off his bills. That's why I'm like, he's gangster.
Yes.
He's gangster.
Straight up.
I'm going to have to say this.
Rudy got kicked out. You know that, right?
He got kicked out?
Rudy, the judge said, so what you saying?
All of his stuff,
and he's saying, you telling me that it was a fraud, it was no good, and he said, no, sir, I'm not telling you that because he would have lost his license. So why you even got this? Trump ain't gonna pay him.
The campaign is paying
you talking about. Trump ain't gonna give that man his money.
The campaign is paying him, not Trump. The campaign.
That's Trump's money. He ain't gonna give him his money.
What's Trump's money?
The campaign.
The campaign's not Trump's money. Trump don't have any. Trump ran out of money 2 weeks.
You don't listen. He's still asking for money. any dime he could possibly get.
Right. So I see what you're saying. He's asking for money, but that's not his money. He's trying to pay off his bills. He
And
got
he
to
ain't going to give it to Rudy. That one dime.
I don't think.
Okay, guys, we're on our way out the door. Can you play Ricardo Briggs for me so that everybody could hear it? And I really mean it because of the people that are passing away. Our hearts, our love, everything goes out to you guys. You know, I don't want to do it. I never wanted to do it, but I'm going to have to get our lives in order. Okay? So, everybody, I love you. Have a blessed night. Enjoy the rest of the week. I want to hear from you guys next week on YouTube if you can. Yeah, we're live streamed. We told you a lot. And this is 106tbcradio.com. And you're hanging out with Miss Denise. And the music that you hear on 106 right now is Ricardo Briggs, In Your Dreams. That tells it all. You got to listen. Tune in, guys, right now. Bye-bye. Bye, y'all.
Okay. Don't.
He just didn't want me to end it.
No, just hit end.
That's what I did.
Okay, we're still on there. Hit. Don't. No. He just hit the X. Okay. What? Can you see me? Daddy, you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We're still on, Donna, because look
no,
you got two people up there.
Okay. Well, if you guys are on, then you guys can hear this too. That's okay. I'm going to send you another link, and that link is to my broadcast, so you could be live during my broadcast. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna come off of here, and I'm gonna send you another link.
Okay. Do it now.
I didn't want to call you out.
What?
But I see this.
What? The Walk Plus Talk?
Oh, okay. But it's still the same thing. 106 TBC Radio.
Yeah.
Well,
what do you mean?
Where's mine?
Oh, you got to get one made. It costs money. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna come off.
We're gonna end it, and I'm gonna send it to you. Okay. All right, Dad.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Bye bye.